Hey guys, it's Monday evening now. Well, almost. But yeah, it's done. And then still haven't figured out what to put there though, but we'll figure it out. So the console pretty much is done, let's say. There's the top. This fastener for the back of the rear seat stripped out, and I ran a tap down it and it still didn't pick it up, so I see a McFadden Dale trip in my future. So we'll get all these together. We're still expecting parts to come in. This will be the top for there, and vinyl and fabric for flat black. We got that. So we'll wipe that down with alcohol before we use that. But yeah. So, for the most cases, you could say it's finished. And I'm happy with the way it came out. So, when I get more, I'll bring you guys back. Or actually, this will be the end of the video. I will load this one up. And I want to thank everybody for watching, subscribing, and of course leaving comments. I want to thank everybody who left comments during this build on the console. And some of you came up with some really awesome ideas, and I want to thank you for that. So what we're going to do is think by Thursday I should have all the parts done, and then we'll start on the top and get that in, and we'll go from there. So everybody have a good evening, and we'll pick this up on the next video. Later. I deemed these piano hinges just too small, and I got these. They only came in sets of 4, and all I needed was 1. But yeah, but see how it's working. I got to drill the holes. I got to countersink. So I got a little production line going up, but I wanted to get it mounted on the top, and then we're going to bring it in the car and see how it fits in the car. The only thing is if I could, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to end up grinding and rounding off these corners. I know that for a fact, but I don't know if I cut it here. I'd love to cut it here and then hold on to it. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, but what I'm doing, okay, one-handed, here we go. These are 8/32 countersink screws. You can see those. They're 3/8. And then I got some nutserts. And all we're doing is we're drilling the holes. There's another one that needs to be drilled, and there's one up here. Drilling the holes and then gluing them in, because it doesn't have to be over tight, and then putting it in. But I wanted to put it in and test fit and see, and then take it to the car and see how that's going to work out. So when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Hey guys, test fitting. I still got to countersink these better, but test fitting here, and it seems to line up best right there, which will look like this. You gotta remember it. Picture it black. Where is it? Okay, back. And I gotta do something about these hinges here in the front. I think I'm gonna trim them and grind them back. But yeah, there it is, roughly right about like there. It overhangs this side, so you got a lip on it that you can grab something to open it up. And it'll go all the way over until it. So I might have to put a strap on it because it's going to be roughly right in there. And yeah, unless the seat's here, it'll continue to go over, so we'll have to put a strap on it. I'm going to glass this end up here. The tape was on it to hold the whole thing together. But what I'll do is put matte and glass on this before. This is going to get some reworking, and I might fill this void up in here, because that was the latch. This thing hinged this way. You opened it from the front right here, and it hinged up like that. These are the hinge bolt screws right there. But this was broken, so I'm going to mat it and everything so it gets clean. You'll take it easy on not getting too much of the fiberglass and mat on here. I might just put masking, put some tape all around this edge here. And tape, and then that way if I get anything on it, then I can just pull the tape off. And again, the same thing here. I'd like to see that going all the way across and not have a hole in there. So we're back to glassing and everything else. But for right now, it's mock-up time, so we're going to see how we can test fit this in the best way it's going to look. So when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Hey, tubers. Let's see, it's Saturday morning. It's going on 10. Been out here for about an hour or so. Last night I started marking the top of the console to sit there and start accepting the nut certs for the piano hinge. This morning I want to start repairing the inside of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it screwed onto here. Well, actually we're not going to be able to take it apart because we glued all these together. So, but anyway, we're going to fiberglass mat this. Take this hole out of it and sit there and make it look a little bit better. Trying to decide if I want to do something here, and I think we are, but that's where we're at. So when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Hey guys, when I do this, I usually just rosin up the edge, put the piece in, get it adhered, rosin up the edge, and let it cure. And I'll do the same back there. The reason being is I want it to hold the piece in place, or the mat in place, before I rosin up the inside. You start rosining it up the inside and you'll get a valley in here, and I don't want that. So, or at least that's what happens to me. And this is the way I found best works for me. So yeah. So let me get mixing up some rosin, and we'll get applying it. More in a minute, guys. So you just the outside, just to get it, so then it doesn't sink in. Same with that. Once it dries, the outside dries and cures, then we'll mix up some more resin and do the inside. That will prevent it from doing a valley in it. Alright, when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Okay, now that it's dry, what I do is you don't flood it, just dab it. Lightly coat some rosin on here and just let it sit. Walk away from it. You're going to be applying this on coats. If you flood it, then you're still going to sit there and it'll droop down on you. So just lightly. And this is the way I do it. So I could be wrong. I don't know. But this is how it works for me. So, but yeah. So let me get a little cup. Anybody want a refrigerator magnet? Captain Jerk's making them. And that. And some gloves. Oh, that's good. Okay. Remember, there's a glove down there. And, gee, give me a minute. I'll bring you guys back later. As I was shutting the camera off, I remembered it was on the tripod base, and the tripod was still out here. So, let me try this. to make very much rosin, just a little. See, not very much. Not that much, probably about 5 drops, maybe 7. All goes on in layers, so like I said, just dab it on. Don't want it flooded. Okay. Now, I usually start from one of the sides and just start dragging it in. Take your time. There. Let me get these gloves off. Hang on. Sorry for the shaky cam, but just lightly. You don't need that much. Again, back there. We'll let this sit up and we'll give it another coat. Let that set up and then we'll give it the final coat. So it'll be a total of 3 coats on this when it's all said and done. When I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Okay, I just gave it the last coat of rosin so it's all tacky. Peeled all the masking tape off so it wouldn't set final in. And yeah, so we'll scuff this up. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything more here. I have to sit there and wait. But I got the bumpers to go in here. And I have, we got to sand this. So, yeah. So, it's moving along. And when I get more, I'll bring you guys back. Later. It's Friday night. Well, almost Friday night. It's going on 5. While the resin was curing, I jumped onto the David Collins show and got off when I had a delivery of some stuff, and then got out here and started sanding. I got some stuff to do. We're all not done with sanding and filling. I want to get some Bondo on here and see if I could smooth this out any better. But I want to work on this a little more with the hand sander right in this area here. And I got the 2 bumpers for here. And so then, yeah, this is coming along nicely. Yeah. So we got a few more things to do and get it knocked out. But I think we're gonna, I'm waiting for some more material, parts that I ordered yesterday on this. And so we're going to set this aside because I can go up to so far and then it's going to stop. But this is a great project to work on at night, you know, when you close down the garage and get it warm in here and everything else. So during the day what I'm going to do is I think we're going to start on the 39 Chevy tomorrow during the day. Yep, I'm going to clean out the battery compartment and sit there and start taking this thing apart and seeing how this is all going to fit together with the driver's side, and seeing what repairs are going to need to be made steel wise and everything else. But tomorrow starts it. So on and off on this until it's done and installed. I still have holes to drill in there, but like I say, this is a nice indoor project. That car's outside, So outside in the daylight, perfect. And we're right between rainstorms right now, so I think if with a little effort, I think tomorrow I could have that in. I think. God, you're living dangerously by thinking. All right, guys. Everybody have a good Friday evening. Later. Okay, with that said about the 39 tomorrow, and it's now 5:30, we are going to get some body filler out and smooth this out here and in here. And then we'll mask the other way and protect this, the tan that you could see, and then get this all black again, one color. I know I'm protecting the screws, but it's only attached actually in this area here and maybe up here. So these screw holes that the screws that I have covered, there's 3 here and I think there's 2 up here. I want to be able to remove them again if necessary, even though there might be a chance that this might not come apart. I don't want to take a chance, just leave it there. We'll just leave it there. And besides, I might use them for when I'm going to have to put some type of tether to hold it from flopping all the way over and hitting the passenger seat, or going all the way over at 90 degrees like that. First piano hinges I thought about, they had a 90-degree stop built in them. They went 90 degrees and stopped. So, but those were too small. They wouldn't have handled it, especially after what I'm doing. So, when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Alright, so we mudded it, and we'll let it dry overnight. I took the masking off to peel back the excess mud that got over them. There's a few chunks still left here and there. But yeah, so tomorrow sand, well tomorrow night sand, remember, nighttime work, daytime work. Alright, y'all have a good evening. Later. Okay, I think this is the first you guys got to see inside the thing. Yeah, it's cool out here today. But yeah, that's part of structure, so I'm going to have to fix that. So the best thing to do is let's get this ground out of here. This is the replacement panel. I can see all the holes where it bolted in. But yeah, we need to start grinding this apart. So I got the cutoff wheel, and we're going to start taking this apart and seeing what we can find out. Yeah, the hose. I can't make out the odometer. 64,000, and it doesn't look like it's been around. So, okay. What is it? 64,129 miles. Okay. Alrighty. So, that's what we're doing. I'm not going to be out here that long because I can't take the cold anymore. Oh, I really can't. So, but we're going to trim this out. I got to sit there and take some pictures, make some notes, and figure out what steel else I got to order to rebuild the bottom before I put that in. So, let's get grinded and see how bad this is. More in a minute. Ew. So, yeah. So it looks like part of this panel, which is part of this frame here. Looks like it's rusted, and we're missing a section of it. So what I think I'm going to do, and look at this passenger side, is I'm going to unbolt what I can unbolt and take a look. The passenger side is around here. This is the battery box. This is getting moved to the trunk when we convert it to 12 volt. Yeah. So, yeah. So get out the penetrating lube and let's lube all these bolts up. And we'll take this panel off. We'll bring this into the garage to rebuild it. This looks like here and here only. So we'll take a look at that. I want to get the battery out of here and disconnected and get that, and we'll put the lid in the trunk. Or just throw the lid over here. Yeah. It's not as bad as I thought, but it is. Who uses wire nuts on electrical? Oh, I'm going to yell at Richard for this. You may be house wiring, but not car wiring. Wire nuts. What, he didn't have any solderless connectors? Alright, there's the master cylinder. And I'm finding a whole bunch of wood in here. See? That's a third piece I found of wood. What the hell's going on? I gotta look underneath this. I gotta crawl underneath it. So for today, we're gonna penetrate oil all this. We're gonna get the battery out of here, and I want to start taking this apart and see what I gotta end up with to repair this. Might look online, see how much a new one of the this new panel is. Hell, he gave us the conversion to do it floor shift and take it off the tree. Oh, no horn button. Ooh, power steering. Alright, yeah, we're all in here. It's all. So this whole area. Yeah, we'll have to take this off. Most of this is off. Yeah. Alright. So, when I get more, I'll bring you guys back. Yeah, but this is probably going to be the end for today. It's like 40 out here, 45. And you got a slight breeze. And I won't hang too much more out here. So let's get this battery out and take care of that. So when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. Hey guys, Saturday night, improvised paint booth. Watching some Chuck Norris flick. So we got driver's side out on the 39. That's before this, and it was really cold out there today. I can't just handle the cold anymore. So let me get going on this. I'm running out of time, and I'll bring you guys back when I got some more. Later. Yeah, you're seeing it right. It's on. What was it, last weekend we were in the 70s. I wanted to get done because I wanted to paint the console to get it done because that was the last of our warm weather. Last night we were down in the 20s. That's why that's out. And that's why I'm not outside working on the 39. It's freaking cold out there. This storm front will come through. We'll end up with rain on Tuesday, and then we'll be back to our normal stuff after that. At least that's what the weatherhead said last night. Anyway, got the masking off. It's warm in here, so we don't have to worry about painting. I think it was like about 50 in here when I came in here this morning. And what are we up to now? About 70? Yeah. What I do is I keep this at this corner, and I put the fan at that corner, and I have the fan blow up the ceiling and sit there and keep the heat coming down to the lower levels. So anyway, I'm babbling. All right, we reverse mask it now. Now we mask up this area. We get ready to get the rubbing alcohol out and start cleaning this up really good. Maybe scuff it a little and get the black dye out. So when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. That's the first wipe down with alcohol, and that's the second wipe down. Then that's the one I dried it with. So I'd say it's clean. So we'll get the spray booth back up on the bench, and or the spray box, excuse me. Spray box back up on the bench. And we'll get this in, get our light affixed, and get to spraying some of that. More in a minute. We sprayed the bottom first, and then once that dries, then we'll flip it over and get the sides and the top. So, more in a minute. There's 2 coats on it now. Sorry for the shaky cam. Yeah, it's coming out. So more in a minute. There you guys, it's all done. And the bottom came out pretty good too. So next up, countersink every one of these. So these guys fit flush. And I think I'm going to have to go to Home Depot and get some chain or figure out something. We need to put a little cylinder in there, an actuator, but I don't know. So, and I think I got some countersink bits too. So we're going to get this done and we'll work on this tonight. And I'm missing some hardware to finish it all and get it in the car, but we'll go as far as we can and get it in there until this weather changes. I think it's like Tuesday. We're going to get a storm, and then it's going to come back and come back to our normal temperatures and stuff. So, and I still have inside the car, I still have the console itself to drill and insert the nutserts in too. So that'll be it. See what happens tomorrow. Later. You know me, I couldn't resist, so yeah, there it is. Oh, it's not set there. It's on its hinges. Yeah. I haven't got most of the hardware, but I got enough to sit there and at least test fit it. But yeah, I like it. Oh, hang on. Yeah. So I'm going to put a chain on it, I think, to sit there and hold it from... I don't want to keep banging over it like this. It's going to wear out the hinge. Plus, I think I'm going to... I don't know. I'd like to sit there and grind down the hinges and make them fit on all underneath here, but... Because all you feel along here on the passenger side... Well, here, I'll take it around and show you. All you feel is the back side of the piano hinge. So my hip's been acting up. Okay. Yeah, see? Come on. See the piano hinge. So, yeah. So, okay. All right. I like it. It works for me. So even though I'm waiting on hardware, which will be here next week, we are going to call that complete and say, for right now, console project is done. But it'll never be completed because there's always going to be adds on to it, because that's the way I made it. So everybody have a good Sunday evening, and I'll load this up later on tonight. Later.